Hi, everybody. Welcome to Social Studies. Today we are going to finish up our units on the colony. And today we're going to look at how North America changed because the colonists came from Europe to North America. The title of our lesson is Impact of Colonialism on North America. Impact means how did it change? What happened to it? So the colonists, as we know, came from England, which is in Europe, to North America. And when they did that, North America changed forever. So let's look at the ways that the colonists changed North America. What happened after the Europeans came to North America? Now, this is no one's fault, but when they rode on ships and came to North America, they brought diseases or illnesses with them. They brought diseases with them. Disease means sickness, being sick. They brought smallpox. This is a real picture. It affected the skin. It was a very ugly, deadly disease. Native Americans had no immunity to these diseases. So just like right now, we don't have an immunity to coronavirus, the Native Americans had no immunity to this illness. It was never on their continent. In the end, smallpox killed 75% of Native Americans. Now, Native Americans, as you remember, are the original people who lived in North America. This is their land to start with. Okay, so they brought diseases, people died, okay. They had wars with Native Americans. So at first, the colonists and Native Americans were friends. You know, they traded, whatever. Things were okay at first. Later, the colonists wanted more land for themselves. So they kept pushing away the Native Americans off their lands. The colonists had many battles, that means wars, fighting with the Native Americans. Here they are fighting. Very sad. Now, the Europeans, you know, they went to North America and started the colonies. They also enslaved millions of Africans. They brought millions of enslaved Africans who were kidnapped from their homelands. They were taken from Africa. They didn't just say, I want to come over. They were taken. So here they are. They're forcing them down into a ship's basement so they can take them to North America. Life was difficult for the slaves. We talked about that. They treated them badly. The masters treated them badly. They made them work all day and gave them little food. They hit them and hurt them. If they didn't listen or do what they're supposed to do, they got hit and whipped. And here they are working on the plantation. Remember, many of them worked on plantations in the southern colonies. So at some point, remember, in the 1800s, slavery became illegal. We canceled slavery, okay? But life wasn't like, okay, you're not slaves anymore. We're going to give you jobs and treat you nice, and you're part of the community now. We're all good. It wasn't like that. Life was still difficult after the end of slavery. After slavery became illegal, the freed slaves were not treated nicely in society. They were considered less important than white people. So look at, here's a drinking fountain. Now this was probably in the 1950s or 60s. This says colored. That means for black people. This says white. So if you're black, you would drink from the small fountain. And if you're white, you got this fancy big one. Okay, this is a man looking at a help wanted sign. That means it's a job announcement. We need someone to work for us, and then it says help wanted, white only. So he can't apply because he's black. So it's not fair because black people were not given job opportunities. They were not given good education, and that has affected them over the years. So to sum it up, the whole thing, what we talked about in the end, the USA is a great country, but people in the past did many wrong things that hurt others, right? They hurt Black people, they hurt Native Americans. I mean, it's just a fact. It's not a great thing, but it happened. Even today, we can still see the effects of slavery and war with Native Americans. So, this is a Native American. This is like now, right? So he's not dressed in the traditional clothing, but look at behind him, the reservation. Look at how sad and bad that housing is. This is a Black family, and Black people have not been given the same job opportunities or education, so sometimes they don't make enough money. This family is in its home, and you can see it's not a very good home. And this is because we didn't treat Black people or Native Americans the same as we treat white people, which is sad, but it's part of our history and we have to learn about it. Okay, this ends our lesson. I'm sorry it's such heavy stuff 2 days in a row. Let's look at our assignment. So here is our assignment, Social Studies assignment. Impact of colonialism on North America. Impact is how did it change? What effect did it have? Decide if the following statements are true or false. Number one, many Native Americans died because of diseases that the Europeans brought with them. True or false? Number two, the colonists did not fight with the Native Americans. True or false? Number three, freed slaves were treated very nicely in society. Number four, Native Americans have difficult lives on reservations. True or false? Now, the fifth question, I need you to answer me and tell me why. Answer the following question. Do you think that American society treats everyone the same? Yes or no? Why do you think that? Why? Okay, so I know this lesson had a lot of new words, maybe a lot of difficult words. So if you don't understand, try clicking on the translation documents in Schoology. If you're still having a hard time, text or email me and I will try to simplify things more. That's it for now. Good luck on your assignment. See you next time.